Hi and welcome to this presentation for an absolutely lovely Ford Escape 2013. We've been doing cars for about 20 years and we've pretty much driven everything under the sun. And once in a while what happens is a car comes along and it really takes us by surprise. Now, granted, I can imagine that people don't have, when I was growing up, there was pictures of the Lamborghini Countach on the wall. I don't know how many kids have pictures of the Ford Escape on their wall nowadays, but I tell you one thing, this hits all of the marks. It really does. This particular example, when you look at it, looks showroom new. It's kind of bizarre, it's somewhat time warped. The owner, who's actually already left Dubai and has left the car in the care of Autoemotional. Obviously that's one of the services that we do for lots of expats, where they just sign over the vehicle power of attorney, which means the vehicle's ready to be sold immediately. And it's a cracking bargain, it really is. I mean, the money that's being asked for this vehicle seems as though you're getting a real bargain. For example, you look at the vehicle, there's no marks to mention throughout the body. And genuinely, here at Autoemotional, we understand that mechanical items, you go and buy a Lamborghini for 2 million dirhams, it comes with a warranty. For the simple reason that things go wrong, they get scratched and dented. On this vehicle, we actually struggled to pick anything out, because when you come to see a used car, you're always under the impression that there's going to be things wrong with it, why is someone selling it? But this is just a case of someone's going to get an absolute bargain, and it's fully loaded, it really is. I mean, it doesn't have leathers, but in all honesty, we're coming up to summer here in Dubai, and the one thing that you don't want is a leather interior. It's really weird. They look really good in the brochures, but from our experience driving out here in the Middle East, a cloth interior is going to set you up so much better. So this particular vehicle, again, no scratch or dents to mark. Even the headlights look brand spanking new, lovely louvered bonnet. Nice stylish details with the slats built into the headlights. Alloys are not even scratched. It's just bizarre. Little vents on the front fenders. You've also got the complete panoramic roof, which on the inside will show you makes such a big difference. Roof racks as well. And this is kind of like a mini SUV. Oh, another really cool feature which you get on Fords is, obviously it's bright daylight. I'll block out the sun. I can tend to do that most of the time. You've got the number keypad in case you forget your key. You can actually just gain access to the inside of the vehicle by punching this illuminated keypad. Looks really cool at night. Fully loaded really. Cruise control, ice cold AC. The sync system, which is really good, and our sister company Audio Direct also supplies the Tesla screen for these cars as well if you wanted to do an upgrade. But the head unit in this, pretty snazzy really. Electrics all the way around, airbags as well, even on the front seats. Goes without saying in the steering wheel and passenger dashboard compartment, because it's obviously a family vehicle. We've removed the headrests, but we have all three as well. Split folding rear seats. Simply pull them up, 60-40 split, so you can have an adult in the back. Comfortably you can have an adult in the back, and even put two of the seats down immediately with just one quick tug. You've also got a full-on socket. Not a USB port, we've got those in the front, an actual 3-pin socket. Brilliant, just brilliant. Such a practical thing. Now the car comes with, of course, remote central locking off the key as well, but a lovely touch which I still can't stop playing with is the boot, the tailgate lift, electric tailgate lift. It's so convenient when you're walking up to the vehicle. We keep these on these lanyards, and then basically just pop the boot as and when necessary. You've got the retractable side load there as well. So again, from the inside what you can do is just pop this handle and you can see how much space you have all the way as a through loader as well. And on the rear you've got the parcel shelf. When you retract that, obviously a bit of illumination. Spare tyre, which as you can see never been touched. Close that down, and with the back row seats completely down, you can imagine the load capabilities that you've got on this car. And then not only do you got the button that you can press to close the boot as well, but if you really want to show off, just walk off and click the button twice. I'll close the boot for you as well. Electric tailgate, opening and closing. Nice little touch. Some of them don't have that off the key. This in particular does. Again, nice little touches throughout. And no marks to mention whatsoever. Tyres in near perfect condition as well. You got those stylish lights as well. So it looks like a real modern vehicle, beasting aerial, jumping into the car. You'll see you're greeted with these illuminated screens. We just missed the Ford logo there. That happens when you open the vehicle. Switch it on, of course, push button start. Everything comes to life. It does a little jig in the LCD panel, and going through the numerous toys on this, electric windows, all perfectly working. We're not going to test those, car's just been validated. You can cut the power to the rear windows in case you do have the little ones. You've also got electric mirrors, that being the drivers, switch it across, that being the passengers. And you've also got little cutaways in the corner of the mirrors there. And what that does is it adds a bit of an angle to when you're driving. So if you're on the motorway, high speed, you can see a couple of lanes and still see fully out of the main mirror. Really nice touch. Of course, toggle through odometer, fuel readings, trip timer. This car on a full tank, like the light's on at the moment. So what we'll do is we always wait for the light to come on before we top it up. The reason being it keeps the fuel fresh. Lots of people, what they tend to do is they'll wait for it to go to half, they'll refill it, half refill it. It keeps stale fuel sometimes. So, we've done this for 20 years. We know what we're talking about. We let the fuel go to zero. It's always clean, fresh fuel in there. And 95 dirhams will give you, in fact, 386 kilometers. And we'll be doing lots of interior, small road driving. So we've had this on the motorway, and comfortably it will go well above 400. So 400 kilometers, 100 dirhams, you can say. Absolutely brilliant. Free revving engine, sprightly little thing, really is. Of course, you've got the horn, airbag, cruise control. Push it once, it's on, up, down, plus minus your speed. All your stereo controls off your steering wheel as well. Of course, we're not going to demonstrate that so we don't breach any copyright. Home button, which will take you to the sync screen, which we'll go through very briefly because it's quite a big menu system. Auto headlights, so simple. Front fogs, illumination, lighting control as well. Power steering goes without saying, and as mentioned previously, airbags throughout. Ice cold AC, and the lovely thing is you've got a vent over here as well. Open that vent, immediately you get, you've always got air coming down towards the feet section and your face section, but you tend not to have anything around the lap section, and you do on this car. It's just a little thing. And again, AC tradition now on Autoemotional. You can't feel it, but you certainly can hear it. So, press that. Max AC. And it's chilled. It's chilled to say the least. So, of course, you can direct where you want the AC going towards as well. Rear demister. You can open the boot just by hitting that button down there as well. Not only normal drive, but you've also got sport, and you can toggle through the gears if you're in a bit of a sporty mood, just plus and minus to go up and down the gears as well. Cigarette lighter, non-smoking owner, of course. And in the armrest, which is at the right height, is a bit of a gripe of ours here at Autoemotional, where basically what happens is you have armrests and they're either too low or too high or too forward or too back, and this one's just bang on. You can just rest your arm and drive. Such a simple little thing. So in here what you'll see is of course another 12 volt power outlet. Then you've also got the AV in cables, not very used nowadays, but still there's a facility, and USBs if you want to pop in your music, so on and so forth. And of course you've got a lot of service history. We'll grab you a couple of shots of that. You've got the full user manuals there and lots of bills and receipts. The car's been very, very well taken care of. Open that vent up, and here on the sync system, as mentioned, you've got a lot of options. This gonna connect up to your phone. In fact, this system's pretty advanced in that you get an SMS come through on your phone. It will actually give you the option to read it out to you, and it reads it in a normal voice, and you can understand what's going on. It's really, really handy actually. So press information again, it'll toggle through to another screen, alerts, calendar, apps. You can connect to the internet and stuff on this thing. It's pretty cool. Of course, you've got radio, goes without saying, but you've also got CD, USB, Bluetooth, AM, FM, SD card, and AV in as well. So, and again, multiple options within that. And then you've got all your climate controls. It's split, so you have individual for the passenger. So for example, if they're feeling a bit cold or hot, they can adjust theirs without adjusting the driver's, and the driver in fact can just from swivel adjust theirs, or you can hit dual and basically adjust the whole car. So brilliant system. Home button takes you back to, of course, the home screen. And my favorite feature, of course, is this lovely pan roof. We're blessed with awesome weather pretty much 365 days a year here in the lovely state of Dubai in the United Arab Emirates. And this is the sort of car that really does make it, the roads seem too short and any journey just seems to come to an end too quickly. You can jump in. You know that the fuel economy is really good. It's in absolutely immaculate order. It really is. In fact, there is one thing to mention, and that's a little stain on the rear seat, but rather insignificant when you're considering you're getting such good value for a vehicle that's absolutely fully loaded. So thank you very much for watching this presentation, ladies and gentlemen. It's Autoemotional, and we are going to bid you farewell as we wrap up this presentation on this absolutely fantastic 2013 Ford Escape.